Welcome viewers. Today we are going to discuss a simple understanding of the heart attack. Heart attack is basically the death of the segment of the heart muscle caused by the loss of blood supply. If some of the heart muscle dies, a person experiences chest pain. There are four silent features, signs of the heart attack: chest pain and pressure, discomfort in other areas of your body, difficulty in breathing and dizziness, nausea and the cold sweats. Look at this diagram. The heart is supplying to the blood to the body. When a heart pump, it supplies the blood to the whole body. Look at this, it is an aorta, it supplies the blood to the brain, right arm, left arm, and from back side of the heart it comes and goes to the whole body, supplies the blood to the whole body, that is the chest, abdomen, liver, kidney, intestine, etc. And from passing through this, supplying all these segments, these parts, it will supply the blood to the right and the left feet. Now, while doing all this, the heart takes three tubes to supply the blood to its own muscles. These three tubes are the right coronary artery, left coronary artery, and the left circumflex branch, which arises from the left coronary artery and supplies blood to the back side of the heart. And now there are three kinds of the heart failures. You can understand this easily, that the circumflex, there are three types of the heart attacks. Number one is the minor heart attack, number two is the major heart attack, and number three is the massive heart attack. It's a minor heart attack when the left coronary artery is damaged. The blockade over here, the blockade happened in the left coronary artery, then the area in this blue will be damaged. What does it mean? It means there are so many kinds of types of the heart attacks could be happened. It will not damage the persons or the man or the woman. So if such kind of heart attacks, a patient can accept 5 to 7 heart attacks per in the life can be acceptable, but it must not be more. And in this condition, patient has the time to go to the hospital for the first aid also. Heart attack is not good for the health, but in this condition, patient has the time to go to the hospital. But in the major heart attack, the blockade is happened in this area, the left coronary artery, and if the blockade is happened in this area, this red circle will show the damage of the heart muscles in this area. It is a major damage of the muscles, and what will be happened over here, that the patient has the little time to go to the hospital and get the first aid also. And if the blockade is happened in this area, which is the major part of this supplying the blood to its own heart muscles, it is the massive heart attack. You can say the black circle shows the damage of the heart. It means the patient has no time to go to the hospital for the first aid also. Now come to the point why these blockade happened, how these blockade happened, how we can avoid these blockade. We will discuss it later on. Here is the heart attack. Here is the minor heart attack. You can see if the minor, again repeating the previous slides, in a other way, it is the dying of the muscle. It is a minor heart attack if the left coronary artery at the end of the coronary artery, the tail of the coronary artery is going to damage. The blockage is happening over here due to this blood clot. Due to this blood clot, and this part of the heart muscle is damaged, this is called the minor heart attack. If the blood clot is happening over here at this part, blood clot is happening over here, is occurring over here, then this part of this part, look at this cursor, this part of the heart muscle will be damaged. So it is a major heart attack if this left coronary artery that's rising from here, if this coronary artery will be damaged, it is a right coronary artery, it is a left coronary artery, if it will be damaged from here, what does it mean? It means that the major portion of the heart muscle will be damaged due to this clot, and this is the massive heart attack. Now come to the other concept, that is the ejection fraction. What is ejection fraction? Is the measurement expressed as a percentage how much blood the left ventricle pumps out with the each contraction. Mostly you can say each contraction there are ejection fraction. Normal ejection fraction is not 100%. Mostly the ejection fraction we have already discussed in the systolic diastolic volume and the stroke volume and the cardiac output concept, that the normal ejection fraction of the heart is a 50 to 60%, and the below normal is 36 to 49%, and low ejection fraction is 35%. There is another concept that you can say that ejection fraction required for a person to survive is, if he is lying, he is on bed, he need the 10% ejection fraction. If he is walking, he need 20% of ejection fraction. If he is running, he need the 30% ejection fraction. Means the person is safe while he has a 30% ejection fraction is totally required. Please don't relate it with your heart attack until unless the ejection fraction is not less than 10 if in the lying position. So most of the doctors said your heart is working, it how much percent your heart is working. It doesn't mean your heart is working 30%. Let's imagine that your heart is total normal function is 50 to 65%. 50% is normal. Every healthy person has the ejection fraction of 50 to 65 or 60%. So if somebody is saying that your heart is working 30%, it means that he is in a good condition. He can run also. If the 20% is because 20% ejection fraction, it means he can walk easily. But if the patient is less than 10 or the 10% ejection fraction, he must lie, he must follow the instruction of the doctor and must not run or walk, because his heart has not been able to bear the load of the running and the walking. So what happened if why this ejection fraction is happened, why this blood pressure is increasing, why this clot formation, and how this clot formation. Reason will be discussed later how this clot is formation. It is a diet and depend upon the total your diet and your stresses, but we'll discuss it later on. But the anatomically we said that it is an artery. The clot is an inner portion of the artery, that is a tunica intima layer is present. There is a clot formation over here, and time by time this clot is going increased, and this clot is going increase in such a manner that it will block the 80% of this artery and form the clot, and the blood passing through this artery is very difficult, so the blood pressure will also increase. What is the role of tunica intima? The tunica intima is actually a rubber band. You can say, I will clear the example from this. If you have a currency note bundle, and it has been tied with a rubber band, you are inserting currency notes time by time in that bundle. means you are increasing the load on that rubber band, increasing the currency node in that rubber band. At the time reaches when that the currency node band, the rubber band will be stretched that it will be the break. What will be happen over there? It will be break, and it here in this tenuca, in case of the tenuca intima, if it is a rubber band, it will be in stretching and then stretching. At this stage it will be burst. If it will be burst, then the red blood cells is clotting over here at this point and will increase more blockade of this artery. Means you can say that if you want to if you want to decrease if you want to decrease this, you can remove the currency node from this, and easily you can avoid the avoid this kind of the stretch and the burst. Now look at this. If this coronary artery disease, that is a coronary artery which we see in the previous slide. That is a plaque formation. It is the tenuca intima. It is increasing day by day, time by time. It is increasing, and it will be at this stage it will be burst. And here you can see it is going on. It is burst, and the red blood cells form the thrombus on the ruptured atherosclerotic plaque, and these red blood cells is being red thrombus on the ruptured atheros is being collected or the on this atherosclerotic plaque, and it will make more thin the arteries and cause the damage to the heart muscles, to the blood supply to the heart, and the interior wall are infarct. So with this kind of infarct, this is called coronary artery. If the plaque is formation, simple plaque is formation is happening in this artery, it is called the coronary artery disease. If this plaque has been burst, means tenuca intima layer is burst, what will be happened? These red blood cells is blocking and attaching on this atherosclerotic plaque, and this is called the myocardial infarction. So we can say this coronary artery and the myocardial infarction will be the main reason of the to the blockade of the coronary artery and cause the cause the heart attack. Now, before going to end this presentation, I would like to tell you that the coronary artery disease or the myocardial infarction or the heart attack, these are not been you can say be cured by the bypass surgery or the grafting or the stunt formation. If the bypass, what will be happened? Bypass, if this area will be blocked, they will make a stunt over here. If this stunt is forming over here, they add the stunt over here, they relaxed stunt is being relaxed this area, and easily flowing of the blood flow from this artery. What will be happened after 3 or 4 or 5 years? The stunt will also been blocked. So we can say stunt is also, or spring is also not a lifelong treatment of this heart attack or the coronary artery disease. And moreover, bypass, if you make a bypass from here of the to supply this, if this area is blocked, you can bypass it from here and supply this graft the artificial artery over here, and supply these muscles to the heart properly. It has not been the reason, because your plaque formation is continuously reducing. How we can overcome this plaque formation? How we can overcome this heart failure? How we can overcome this heart attack? what should we do? We should decrease our cholesterol level, we should decrease our triglyceride intakes. How the cholesterol level and the triglycerides, as you can say, we said that cholesterol is mostly present in the animal food, milk and milk dairy products, and the like that, and triglycerides are mostly present in the cooking oils. Moreover, we should have to avoid the smoking. The patient must have reduced the weight and increase the exercise, maintain its blood pressure and blood sugar, and the must increase the fruits and the vegetables in his or her diet, and blood fasting sugar must be less than 100, and blood random sugar must be less than 140, and triglyceride must be 100. Then we can say that, and cholesterol must be 120 or 130 in the range, and we can say that the patient can avoid such kind of heart attack and the heart failure, and it is the easygoing process and the long term process to save the life until the patient is taking the medicines and he is not recovering, he is not he has no precautionary measures to maintain his life, to prolong his life. That is the major reason of the to avoid the major reasons of the heart attack. So thank you so much for watching the simple understanding of the heart attack. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Thank you so much.